Okay, this is going to be a short recording, about 10 minutes or so. Um, I've got friends coming back to Lords, and this is just to refresh for them. Welcome back to the game. If you're currently playing the game, this is irrelevant to you. I don't know how long they've been retired. I don't know who all is coming back. All I know is one or two are, and this will be helpful for them. There are multiple new events. Y'all know Dragon Arena, Extravaganza. It's basically its own mini guild fest in a way. You select your rewards, do the mission, exchange, you can do it up to 4 times. Kingdom Labors, you should know this. If you don't, you just do these little bitty things, get the points, go through here, click, click, click. Uh, these, beautiful for research. Allows you to just push, oh, wrong thing. Wasn't in my base. Allows you to just push through research. You can just go to any one you want. We'll just put that. Hit research, you can just click that. It's done. You can just breeze through a lot of researches with it. Great to have. Now, once you get up to stuff that requires tomes, you still need the tomes to do them. You've got new gears. Serpent, Arctic Flipper. That's it, that's it, that's it, and that's it. These are solid. Best pieces for Imp, main offhand, basically. This, a lot of people use this for Cav. Great for Cav. Good. Again, kind of I mean, you can use them, but let's be honest, there's no reason to make those. You'll likely have champ boots anyways. Best Cav accessory in the game. The HP is higher than the ring. The HP is higher than the cup. Or, not the ring, the necklace. The gorilla necklace. And it's basically on par with champ. If you're not doing champ, let's be honest, this is great. But again, very costly to get done. Titans will use these now instead of the champ offhands for 442 sets and so forth. Good. And that's all of that. They're some of them are easy to get. Some of them are a pain to get. It just kind of depends on luck and RNG and all that, as you know. Trial by fire, you should know. Artifacts, they're new. Well, new for you. You get artifact coins, which they're more of a pain to get. There are packs where you can get them, and you will open these up and get, well, these lovely things. They offer stats, and as you can see, they're not necessarily like maxed. What's this thing look like maxed out? Maxed out's 24. I'm at 13. And go up by 11, basically. And that's, all of these things. Just work on them. So, the higher your artifacts are, probably the better they are. Expensive to get done, costly to get done, and big accounts like this, which Astrolite, I'll get to that in a second, have a lot of artifacts. Castle Stars 240 now. Probably 255 now, to be honest, because there are castles that are useless. Useless stats. There's 2 of them that, you can add 5 stars. It's kind of I did this event and wasted X amount of money. They're kind of useless. You have Astrolite. That is new as well. It is a pain. It's, again, that one's RNG. You can get lucky. You can go up and risk it, or you can max it out and 100% it like Castle Stars. And Champion, you have to get those. The other gears, you can get these. Again, you can risk it, but from what I can tell, this is not as lucky. And getting these maxed out makes them pretty beefy. And that's without jewels. You can add an extra 30% on there, you do the math. So you got accounts that are, like him, that are solid. Or, accounts that have decent gear, and mixing the Astrolite together makes it pretty decent. It's great. The artifacts allow you to hide a ton of stats. And I do mean a ton. You have accounts that are tiny with a lot of stats. Let's see if I can find one. No. I don't think there's any in this guild specifically. This, like, low artifacts, but still probably 300, maybe close to 400 mix with that horrible gear on that account with artifacts alone. It's my ult, so I know roughly what's in it, but still, you can you can achieve some decent stats without amazing gear. Don't get me wrong, gear is still important. Still very, very important. Slightly more important than it used to be, but again, solid comp, the right wall heroes, right stuff on the wall is helpful. Come back, OPS. Let's see, other events. I told you all about Exchange. I told you about that. You've got Guildfest, Paragon, it's new. It may as well be its own solo event, hell event, or 24-hour event type of thing. You were up against X amount of people. You do troop training, research, monster hunt, artifacts, familiar. And those are all in one. You can go through and try and be first place in each and every individual section. You can actually see each other's points. So you can wait till the last minute and then push hard at the last 5 minutes, get first, and then kind of make them mad. Or you can just push to the top with so many points that nobody wants to waste their time trying to catch you. I've done both ways. Not really meaning to do it both ways before, but I've done it. The account was a baby, small thing at one time too. There is Chalice. When Chalice comes along, which let me go to Chalice districts. When this comes along, you can migrate to kingdoms within your Chalice district with only a relocator. You're limited on that, but you can pick one, choose, and just cost a relocator. Obviously, their whole resource stuff is, going to knock down. But it's great for looking around, finding targets, and go in, hit, leave. Expedition, it sucks. It is the most hated event in the game. Kind of amazing that Lord's Ball is a better event than something else, but it may as well be. It gives you... It allows you to get her. She's a decent little hero. Passive, so great to get maxed out. But you need a lot of points to get 20 medals per, I think. And you're not going to get all 20 unless you're buying the extra, levels or whatever. So it sucks. And you get infinite beds. Yes, that is great. You do get infinite beds. However, you need to use resources to heal. You need to use your speed ups to heal, your Lunite to heal. None of that is free. Cost your speeds, Lunite, resources, and time. Also, your sanity, because you can leave and have a small amount of troops in beds. Let me see. Where is... should be... Oh, yeah. You can have troops in beds. And they can take a very long time to heal. So, it's something you need to stay on top of while in that event. Now, healing is reduced by about 50% or more. I think it's more now. But yeah, it's still very costly, depending on what you're using in the event. You have... Let's see, Paragon... Labyrinth Challenge. This allows you to get new gear, stuff in new gears. How costly or cheap it is, I don't know. There's packs, new packs out. This one, get the wonderful limited time for Astrolite, blah, blah, blah. That's not a horrible deal. There is a sweet deal pack, which I've seen. It's a decent little pack. It gives you speed ups. It gives you books for artifacts. It gives you the monstrous chests for rare materials for your new gear and old gear and everything else. Basically, it's a solid little pack. It's great. You can pair that with the forging supplies if you're pushing one thing in particular. There's probably other new packs that I don't know much about because I don't spend. I just rebuilt the account and just go meh. Basically stay free to play. Mostly. Every now and then if I end up with a little extra spare dollars. I think that's everything, to be honest with you. You know, that, Trial by Fire. Oh, I don't have it on this account. You'll leave, and there will be a little thing over here under here. You'll click that. When you do, it'll take you to, there's different things. There's prisoners you can free. There's, like a darkness type thing. You scout, and it rallies its forces to attack you, and different things. I've beat it. It's not hard. Just takes a few days, maybe a week or two. If you're doing it all the time and it's done. It's relatively easy. This is new. I haven't beat it yet. It's just kind of great to waste time with. You got the mana ordeal, which it may as well have just been adding T6, to be honest with you. The extra 15%, which is kind of about the difference between, troops as is. But it buffs all your troops, thankfully, not just T5. I think it buffs everything. Some familiars have been updated. I think before you left, they didn't have these. Like this one. Infantry attack, HP by 60. Solid. There's... I don't know if Advanced Wonder Battles were out when y'all were still playing or not. Most likely. And then the Amana Awakening. The Technos have showed you. I think that's everything besides decorations, which... This is basically a brand new update to come out. You earn this stuff, level it up, and then you can get this. Now, you can tell by that one account I showed you, This one, 30. So he's got all 30 levels from the current decorations. So he's got the extra 15% for range. Oh no, extra 7 attack for range, 15 for training speed. Man, that'd be great. And then this one, you get energy. And I guess there's another one, but it was useless. Looking at it personally, in my opinion, it's useless. But that is that. There's let me see. I think I have something. I do. Okay, yeah. No problem. You can hit this, and this is new. Construction queue. You can spend some gems and basically get a second construction thing going. Kind of nice to see. Rather helpful. Cheap. You don't have to buy. You can buy it permanent, but let's be honest. Unless you're always rebuilding manors and barracks and hospitals, it's useless. I think that's everything. This is just a basic going over what you guys have missed. I'm hoping I haven't missed anything. But if you and the rest of y'all come back, I know you will, and a few others, here's as much as I can help you with as of right now. I'm sure there's an event I've probably missed. Defending still basically the same, besides, mixed rallies. The overlords, titans, these guys, they love their mix. That's basically all they do anymore. Is mix. If I end up leaderless on this account, they're just gonna send a mix. I don't get my ult and fury that much. All they're gonna want to do is send a mix. They don't know how to fight anymore. 90% of rally leads don't even know how to fight. All they know is scout something, look at the report, and go, "Oh, hey, look what I got." Like, "Oh, hey, look what I got. Yeah, I see that. Okay, let's send a mix at it." And that's it. Or their bot says, "Yeah, he's been off for 5 days. He's not getting on. He's not done anything." And there's no ante. Then they might blast you. Some of them might know how to check a front line. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to check this and get mad. Let's be honest. You're not a fighter. I do not have access to a bot. Nobody in this guild has a bot. We do not have trackers. The tracker I have is the tracker I've always had. The tracker everybody has. You find who you're wanting to track. You set an 8-hour rally. And that's your tracker. For when they decide to bounce around, you can follow them. Or you can go the old-fashioned route of send to your leader. Bots are bad. They're horrible. They have trackers. I'm pretty sure that guild does. NIT? No, hold on. BT. They do. NIT does. She's one of the main ones with the tracker, I'm pretty sure, in her guild. But IGG don't care. They haven't cared. They're not going to do anything about it. And I'm sure some people's going to find this and want to complain. Well, guess what? I don't care. I don't have bots. I've not used bots to earn my kills. I've earned them from zeroing people. Whether it was 100k T1 in the restricted kingdom I was in, as a C18 burning somebody, or if it was a leaderless rally lead who forgot ante and only had 3 million troops, so I decided to solo him out in the middle of the night. I've earned my kills by looking for them. Not by using a bot to tell me what I can and cannot attack. And 99% of leads have that, and that's all they do is follow what the bot says. Now, you can bounce around, which you'll, go in here, random reload, change name. Random reload, change name. And you just do that 5, 6, 7 times. You just do it relatively fast, and you can lose all information that the bots have on you. I've got some friends who have it or have access to one, And I've done this to lose the information of this account before and on my alt. Given my alt doesn't really have anything, but again, it needs to do it occasionally because people don't want to touch it. It's cute, but apparently not cute enough to get rallied. But yeah, a lot of those big leads don't know how to think ahead or so forth. Some of them do, not all of them. You've got accounts like Groff. He could Dom, obviously. Then you've got pilots that do. And it's people like this who have no clue what they're doing. Richie, he's one of the ones that would. This is not his true gear. Because I know he's got imp gear. I'm pretty sure he's got imp gear. Yeah. This stuff can get astrolighted now. Let's see, where is it this one? Yeah, right here, see. And astrolight imp gear. There's one I saw. Was it Fisher? There's somebody I seen that had 2 or 3. Yeah. Not him. There's somebody I saw that had multiple imp pieces with astrolight on them. But that catches you up on everything for the most part. The game is still the game. You'll, get capped, get rallied. Or if you look like you're a big lead, nobody wants to touch you, even if you're leaderless around those type of counts. And I'm sure a lot of people run their mouth and go, oh, come here. Y'all aren't going to do anything until the account's asleep anyway, so shut up. And that's the sad truth for if you build a trap now, you will be waiting to get hit because the bot just going to go, yeah, no, they're awake or no, they're asleep. Or this is the best time to hit them. I'm just going to go AFK and not move this account for a few days. See if anybody's dumb enough to come and play with what I've got. Worst case, I can switch to monster hunting gear. I got it jeweled for mix too. But yeah, this is Lords now. It sucks somewhat. There are still good guilds in it, obviously. There are still the horrible ones in it. Rally parties, very, very rare now. Occasionally you might get a rally party of up to 6 or 7, but that's a rally party these days. And with as hard as people hit, yeah, they often don't need more. But solid comp, solid stats, gear, you don't need to go. And obviously, don't max all this out. It's pointless to max everything out. It is the dumbest thing in the world. If you're not hunting monsters all the time, or you're going heavy pay to play, this is useless. Pointless if you are not a lead. Well, the beginning here, these are rather helpful. Good to have. You get, pointless unless you're doing wonders. But I do Dragon Arena. I'll occasionally do forts and the end of KVK, so having it helps. But for a regular filler, it is pointless and useless smite. I'm sure somebody's going to want to say, oh, it's not. They're an idiot. I've played since Kingdom 155. I've been in your guild. I've been in others. I've built multiple traps. I've played on multiple traps. I've been leaderless next to emperors with a rally party up on this account. Why they're zeroing leaderless 2.3, 2.4 billion dudes who have 50, 60, 70 million troops and 600 stats. Base stats. But you're, about what my overall stats are anyways. Like, these are their base stats. Leaderless. Well, they don't go as high. Well, no, they might go as high as 700 now. But Again, they probably go higher than that, probably close to 800 now, to be honest with you, but they won't always touch you. You have to play dead or do something, but yeah. They rely on their bots. They rely on their big leads 90% of the time. Uh, they won't do anything without their bunny. Occasionally, if they have enough leads on they think you'll break, they'll send and go ahead and fill your prison up with lead after lead, getting capped with rallies, or they'll just straight up fill your castle up, then zero you out with their strongest lead. So, yeah, same old on some things. Some things obviously have changed a lot. But if you have any questions, obviously you can reach out to me online. You can mail my account. I think you joined the alt guild, so I can pop in there, do dark nests and all that. Defending is still the same except for mix. A lot of people will talk about changing the phalanx to inf range wedge, cav, yada 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 for what's being sent. It works. It's pointless. There's one way that is a true method to do it and win every time. One way. If your front line can take 2 counters back to back from a Titan, you're not burning to a mix. If you're taking a max Titan and you're taking a full counter from them and you're standing, you're not burning to a mix. So long as you have enough T4 in there given. So long as you keep your T4 and T5 up, you won't burn. You'll have enough damage. But other than that, you can have a solid comp and still occasionally burn when a mix hits you. I've seen it happen. I've tested my ult in Expedition against somebody who was relatively strong, and it's not necessarily a trap, but it can defend itself if need be versus smaller leads like myself. But yeah, they'll walk back even if you try to do it. Occasionally they'll still manage to get that small walk back. However, if you have a front line that's massive enough, they're not walking back. You don't even need to change it. All mix rallies, doesn't matter what kind of mix they send. The front line I have on here, the size it is, it does not matter what mix you send at me. You can send any variation and it will smack my front line and lose. And that's even leaderless. So long as I keep my T4, T5 up, obviously. If I don't have those up, I'm going to lose them. Mix are good, but if you have a solid comp, they're useless. They won't do much. You have to have blast somebody after a certain point, or it's not going to work. I don't think a lot of leads have figured that out yet. There are Titans that know that, and they'll double somebody, one with a mix, one with a blast. Mix are great for finding comps. Blasts are great for, dishing out damage. And that's what people will use a mix for. Is figure out what your comp is, then, try and burn you later if possible. Or just straight up keep sending mix at you. I've seen guilds do that too for some reason. This is everything, I believe. There's nothing else I can think of new off the top of my head. Ran you through what all has changed, how people play now. I've already yelled at people who I know are going to listen and complain about, this or all that, and yada, yada, yada. But I might just turn comments off on this so that way they can't complain too much. But yeah, you'll come with something, you'll have questions on this message, and help you out as best I can, but I think that's everything. I'm going to end the recording here. if I think of anything, or we do some fun battles or something. I do plan to try and get recorded. So hopefully have videos to put out. I know a trap or two that I'd like to see get some action and be fun to watch leads get mad getting capped. But that's all for this one.